The BBC, Auntie. It's exciting and glamorous, it's cosy and warm, it helps make Britain British. And at its beating heart is the beacon of everything the BBC stands for, Television Centre. Since it first opened its doors in 1960, this has been the spiritual home of the BBC and British television. The great and the good, and several others, have walked through its doors. Kings and queens of television, even the real thing once or twice, have passed across its hallowed ground, more than likely met with the same indifference I received when I announced myself proudly, many years later, to those cheery souls on reception. This was the Hollywood of television. TV Centre was the BBC's and indeed the world's first purpose-built television factory. It epitomised the 60s, an exciting new era of entertainment and glamour. Everything under one roof. 8 studios, production galleries, prop stores, dressing rooms, scene blocks, massive teeth, of course, makeup, and even a ring road. It was and still is an amazing feat of architecture and design, conjured up on the back of an old envelope by Graham Dorbarn in December 1949. Years before the idea of a television centre, or in fact television, ever existed, this whole area was part of the site for the Franco-British exhibition of 1908. 20 palaces and 120 exhibition buildings were constructed by a workforce of some 12,000 men. In just over 5 months, the site attracted nearly 8.5 million visitors. And this is all that remains of the original exhibition site from 1908, just a few tiles tucked away in a corner by Studio One, a poignant reminder of what used to be. Is this safe? At 25 acres, White City was the largest undeveloped site in London, and in 1949 the BBC acquired just over half of it to build its television factory. The story has it that when he was asked to come up with an architectural concept for the world's first purpose-built TV centre, architect Graham Dorbarn was a little stuck. So he went to the local pub. He pulled an old envelope out of his pocket and drew on the back of it the triangular shape of the site. Then, in the middle of the triangle, he drew a question mark. Then, staring at the question mark, in a flash of inspiration, he realised he had accidentally found the worst possible shape for the perfect shape for TV Centre. And the rest is history. So how would Graham Dorbarn feel about the impending closure of his beloved building today? Well, he was a man who embraced change. On the 27th of February 1956, in a letter responding to protests about the proposed expansion to Imperial College, he wrote,
"Change is usually sad, but it is dangerous to live too much in the past and to overstate the past at the expense of the future."
Everybody, let me tell you about my love brought to me by an angel from above.
Just 10.5 years, 8 million bricks and 55,000 tonnes of concrete later, Graham Dorbarn's envelope vision was brought to life when Television Centre broadcast to the world for the very first time on the 29th of June 1960. Well, as anyone who's sat through a studio recording knows, making TV history takes time.